Hi there, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix several years of financial misbehaviour. And if that's something you're interested in following along with, please do stick around and check out the other content that I've got for you on this channel. It means so much that you're here with me today. Now, I am back with my projected July budget, and I say projected because, as I have discovered in June, life happens, and whilst I am slowly getting there, slowly getting better, slowly recovering from loss and bereavement and all of those wonderful buzzwords that just don't really describe what it means to lose a human that you value, life and budgeting goes on, and June started really well in terms of me feeling refreshed and full of intentionality and excited about budgeting again, and beyond the obvious emotions that I currently have, that is still there. I don't want how I'm feeling to impact on that at all, because I really saw the benefit of it, particularly the first 2 weeks of June, when I was aggressively reconciling. I was checking my categories. I was actually able to cash stuff into savings challenges beyond just the penny challenge. And I want to kind of carry that through going forward. So this is the spread for July. It's technically the start of a new quarter, so I will do a quarterly review as well, just in terms of how much debt I've paid off, what savings did I manage to put aside, etc, and how did the quarter go overall. And there's a very kind of celestial astrological theme for this quarter. So there's a purple and gold, and I have realised that I am probably going to remove some pages from my budget planner as well when I come to do the next iteration of that. But in terms of how my month is running, it is running from the 3rd, so today, the Monday, to Sunday the 30th. So it's a nice even 4 weeks. My June ended up being extended into kind of a almost 5.5 week month, all things considered. I just didn't have it in me last week to try and plan for the budget for this month, so I rolled it over into a late June, and have given myself a much shorter, more compacted month, which is fine because there is a lot going on. Now, what I'm trying to do, and as you can see that I've started, I'm trying to schedule in things like when am I going to food shop and therefore batch cook, because that's something I started to do in June and it did have a positive impact on my budget. If I'm going to withdraw from Vinted, when do I want that to be paid in? And I've gone with every Friday. When have I got money going in? When am I going to cash stuff? When am I going to film a savings challenge video? Have I got any things like Duke of Edinburgh assessments that I need to take into account for? Am I doing a car boot, and when I would like to try and film? So this is just very much plotted in. I do have some no spend stickers, so if I have a no spend day, I will try and track that in here as well, and then when I do my reconciliation at the end of the month, bring this all in for you. But no spend days aren't really things that I strive for, because for me a no spend day is when I have no bills going out, I don't go to the shop and pay anything, and that is quite rare. I mean, maybe I need to refactor in my definition of a no spend, so it's no kind of unbudgeted spends, but I don't know, we'll see. It's not something that's a main focus really of what I do. So in terms of the month itself, I need to knuckle down on extra earned income, and I need to stay in my budget categories where possible, and you'll see why when I show you my budget. And in terms of how that feeds into the to-do list so that I can do all of those things, I need to actually sort out my car boot things, get them priced and everything, set up a listing schedule, stick to my actual schedule, and then batch cook and meal plan. So all fairly straightforward, but things that have just been quite difficult for quite a while, let's be fair. Just a quick sneak peek at the design for the expense tracker. And then here's the overall budget for the month. So like I've said, that just feeds into the goals are pretty much exactly the same thing. Now, in terms of my planned income, I should be getting the bursary of £700, and then as a result of that, I should be getting universal credit of £700. Budgeted Vinted income is £50 a week, so £200, and then total other income that I need to earn through either surveys or cashback or car booting is £500, giving me a total of £2,100 for the month. June earnings were just about £2,000 with some small change, and because of that I was able to put some cash stuffing aside for the savings challenges and cover kind of things that popped up unexpectedly and the broad range of most of my bills. So I think that's kind of where I need to be sitting, which is reflected in the bursary income that I do have coming in from September, which is an even £2,000 a month. So it's good to know that actually if that comes in, there are things I can do with it. So in terms of the bills going out, rent is £8.50, water is £22, council tax has been a small recalculation because of my current status and earnings, and that's £15. BT is £54.15, that has shot up massively, but I am locked into a contract with them for the time being, and they are the best provider in the area, so not much I can do about that. Mobile is £28.60, again that's gone up with inflation. Income Microsoft £10.49, Now TV is £9.99. That offer has come to an end. I'm going to pay the £9.99, see how much I use it, and if it's worth me keeping on, I will. If not, I'll look for another offer and go elsewhere. Spotify is £9.99, YouTube Premium £11.99, so they are all very much the same. Contents insurance is £7.50. Pet insurance, Bowie is now a senior cat, so I have changed and amended his cover and increased his vet coverage, so that is now £22 a month, which I'm happy to pay because I'm also not paying for the prescriptions or anything like that anymore. I'm just buying them straight out. It's cheaper. So the only difference is it's just one payment basically, but it's roughly the same. Car insurance is £56.50, and then gas and electric I've budgeted £100, which is £11.98.31. What we then come to is, in terms of budgeted flexible spending, food is £200, fuel is £60. The Duke of Edinburgh assessment is £100 that I've allowed for, and that's to cover things like petrol as well as any other fees. But this will be expensed back in some capacity. So although I have budgeted a maximum of £100, in reality, whatever I spend will be paid back to me later on in the month in the budget, so that will equal itself out. The cat is £60, household is £35. I'm going to do a bulk kind of buy on things like laundry liquid and toilet roll and everything like that I need. My drains are also needing some attention, so I'm going to have to get some drain unblocker and cleaner and stuff like that, as well as some feminine products. So I've budgeted a larger amount than normal, but then hopefully that should see me through to September. Medical, I've allowed 15 based on last month's spending. My spending money is 100, and here's where I kind of need to stick to the budget. So I do need 2 new tyres. My front 2 tyres are nearly bald. There's a bit of a debate going on as to whether they are or they aren't, but they're definitely nearly there, if nothing else. And that's £125 for 2 budget tyres, including fitting. And then my bed broke. There was no fun activities which broke the bed. The frame was just secondhand and broke. So at the minute it's a mattress on the floor, and the cheapest double that I found on Amazon has like a maximum of £70. So I can't have these 2 if I don't stick to budget here and here, basically. And that's a total of £765 spent. It's not extra debt, I just wanted to put them down in an actual debt category. So again, this is something I'll amend when I come to design my new budget book. Guarantor minimum is 100, and then my debt minimums are 50. And then in terms of any savings, if I plan to do any savings this month, it is the penny savings, the self-care, the health, and the clothing. And those are all the I would say non-essential savings categories, or actually, if I save them, fantastic, it gives me more money in September to play with further down the line. But actually, if I need to withdraw the money back out from them, it's not the end of the world, because that's what they're there for. They're non-essential, but it's just trying to get myself ahead a little bit. So I've got a nice even 4 weeks. I have got a lot going on. My kind of official schedule with all my dates and appointments and stuff in, which you don't see in this because a lot of that is confidential information, is very, very packed already, and it's going to require a large amount of organisation from me. And me and organisation are not 2 words that go together very, very well, let's be frank. So trying not to be intimidated by the sheer amount of activities and work that is coming my way, but I am excited. Ish, as much as I can be excited, I think I should clarify. So yeah, so that is the monthly budget. I will check in with you at the end of the month as to how this has gone. I won't do weekly check-ins, I think, just because that's a little bit too much for me to try and squeeze in with my current schedule as is. But I will be back definitely on Sunday with a Savings Challenge Sunday video. And then hopefully, if I can pull it together this week, a roundup of what I've kind of made in terms of my homemade budgeting binders that I was making, because they were put on the back burner, those videos, all things considered. So I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to love you and leave you now, and see you all soon. Bye bye for now.